Hello everyone, today we're going to be looking at a scenario where the three great powers of the world went to war. So that is United States, America, and Russia. Anyway, so here we go, we can see these three countries. They're going to go to war, and the fact that they all either border each other or share some kind of close territories or land, ocean claims. So this is America. They can just come over here and blah, blah, blah. That makes this a viable scenario. Whereas if you were to do France versus Turkey, that would kind of be a bit of a difficult war because the French would have to go all the way over through and then attack. And then the Turkish have time to just build up and do the same thing. Anyway, enough about France and Turkey. Let's get into this scenario. So, for the purpose of this video and the thumbnail as well, we're going to keep it as like this. But if we were to include the country's closest ally, America would have Canada, Russia would have Belarus, and China would have North Korea. But as I said, we're not going to do that. So let's get into it. Which country is going to be making the first move here? It's going to be Russia. Russian troops going to make small advances into the northern regions of China, into the Manchurian and Inner Mongolian regions. Russian troops start to advance over here, and they manage to cut off a small group of troops, maybe 10, 20,000, which is enough to weaken the front over here. They keep advancing until the Chinese army starts to see what is going on. Also, Russian troops start to push in over here, near Vladivostok, and they start to go for this little area here. They get most of it before the Chinese army is like, hell no, stop right now. Meanwhile, Russian troops also enter here in this tiny little part over here in the northwest of the country. And now, here we go. We can see the main Chinese population is in here, all of this. So the anything below Shanghai and this line, they're all going, maybe not actually. Well, the people down here, their armies are being focused up to the northwest and to defend against incoming American invasions. The middle's doing all of it, and then the north is predominantly focused against the Russian invasions. Here we go. We are going to also have a layer, which I'm about to show you now. Here we are. It's been a while. I've spent a very long time building loads of layers, and I think they look very good. So, for example, we've got the cities layer, not yet, defenses. We can turn that on. And here are all the defenses of each country. So you can see Russia's defenses are these darker yellow areas. These are in preparing for if America decides to make an invasion through the Baltic Sea, Kaliningrad, or the Arctic Ocean. They also have defenses over here in this front line, this front over here, the Manchurian front, and they also have I forgot to put defenses on Sakhalin. Okay, well, we'll do that. Yep, so we have defenses in Sakhalin. The reason why some areas are less defended than others is because they're not as vital to Russia. So, all of this coast is defended from an prepared, or example, American invasion. They also have defenses on the Kuril Islands. These are like an ocean one. Defenses on these three over here. These are like blockades, naval defenses, mines, blah, blah, blah. And then America will also have defenses on their Aleutian Islands, as well as obviously the Mariana and Guam Islands. Taiwan will have a little bit of defenses just in case. China has loads of defenses. They have also some defenses on Vietnam's border, some on India, just in case they decide. They have some in Central Asia, once again, in case they decide to join Russia. And Russia and China have defenses on their borders with Mongolia, in case Mongolia decides to join either the other side, or, for an example, Mongolia is invaded by China and then Russia builds defenses, so then they can't just sweep through. Mongolia is going to be very strategic in this battle here, as it's been between Russia and China before, because it's being used as a tactical country. So right now, if we turn on the other layer, so, oh yeah, and also America's defenses on the eastern coast. If we, countries that could join layer, you can see here I worked on like a poll for an example. So stay neutral, the most popular decision at the moment, which is 41% of the population. 28% want to join China, 21.5% want to join Russia, and a mini 9.5% want to join America. And anyway, if they join America, that would be a very bad decision because they'll just get invaded straight away. Over here in Finland, yes to join the war because they're most likely, they wouldn't join Russia. 45%, no, 55%. And the arrows here, which means it's more likely to happen. It's increasing popularity, and no, it's decreasing as they can see a chance to regain some old lands. I'll do some more over here with all these countries. We're also going to act like Ukraine's not in the war. With Iran, staying neutral is the most popular because what's the point? There's no front line. It's not like they're fighting Saudi and it would just start an unnecessary war, so they're going to stay out of it. North Korea, yes, 95%, so they're going to join by October/November. And today I'm filming it Thursday the 5th of June. So turn that off. Make sure everything's off. There we go. Okay, that's a bit too small. There we go. Now we can increase that to 36. Thursday 5th June. There we go. Nice. So that's on our background, and I'll change it every day when stuff happens. But these are just the things that have happened in the last 5 days. Quite a lot of advances by Russia, but China's managed to hold them off really quickly. Cities I'm going to work on. We also have a major battles layer, which shows us where the battles are for now. We have one over here. I need to know what that's called. I don't know. We have quite a lot of battles over here in the Manchurian region, which I'll find out. And like some cities and towns, like Kursk kind of battles. We have, those are the main battles. We have front lines in direction of attack. So we can see the front lines are all the green areas. So here, and the arrows indicate where all the troops are coming from. As you can see, we have this yellow layer, which is where most of the troops are going to come towards. So we can see Chinese troops are pushing outwards like this. American troops and naval units are being pushed in as well. That's why if you have naval battles on, this adds a lot of new stuff. So this dark red layer is where all of the American Navy is. Here, this is the core. And then the lighter ones are European navies that are helping out with America. Volunteers and stuff. So here we have Russia's control with Kaliningrad. We have a battle here near St. Petersburg. We have a big battle in the Baltic Sea. We have a battle up here in the Arctic Sea, just north of the Kola Peninsula and Murmansk. Have a lot of battles going on. South China Sea, around Ryukyu Islands, the Yellow Sea, the Sea of Japan. We have some going on as well around Russian Siberia. A lot of battles. And the bigger the arrow, the longer the arrow, so like that means the larger amount of army, and then the wider it is the total amount where the battle's taking place. So if the arrow's kind of long like this one, there's a lot of ships going up here. And then if the arrow's short and wide, that means there's a small amount of troops, but they're going in a spread out location, which might not be the best idea, but That's my idea, yeah. Then we also have countries that could join. I showed you that already. And we have air battles. Blue one is the Chinese Air Force. This massive red arrow coming from America is all American planes that are stopping in European air bases to bomb Russian cities and key areas in the populated regions of Russia over here. And a lot of going on, a lot of bombings over here. And then the final layer is bombings, which also coincides with the air battles. Most of the bombings are in Russia because China and Russia can both go. Americans are mainly bombing this area because it's the heavily developed part. Russia's bombing some northern areas as well. Chinese Air Force is going full force and they're bombing most of this Siberian area. America's doing the same over here, but they're mainly focusing on the European part. So yeah, enough yapping. Let's get into it. There will be 3 parts or more, maybe more of this. I'll work on it a lot and it's going to be our new series. You can work on this with loads of different countries, loads of different scenarios. Let's say Saudi versus Iran, GCC, Brazil, Argentina, Germany, whatever. India, Pakistan. Yeah, so we can get into it a lot. Obviously, we're not going to do some specifically in this region because I don't want to get cancelled. But yeah, anyway. Let's continue. Now, I've noticed I accidentally put these layers in, so let me fix that real quick. Okay, so here we go. Let's get into more fighting. Now, we're going to turn on this. As you can see, there's going to be a lot of attacks over here, and then we'll have naval battles on as well. So anyway. Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, there you go. Wrong color, isn't it? There you go. Russian troops continue to break into here, to this region. And now they start to reach some of the Chinese defenses, so they slow down, but they continue to advance over here. Also going to add a new layer called military access. Perfect. You can see over here we'll turn off defenses. Military access. Now we have, so any country that is dark yellow. Oh. We'll have a little text box that says yes or no. Or just says yes for that country. So yes here for Kazakhstan. Nothing over here. We have, I don't know why they'd need it, but yeah. And that's mostly it. For for China, we're going to have, oh yeah, the pretty obvious one, the glaring obvious one. Yes. And then for America, we're going to go with these two. So yes, combine yes. And then we're going to have another yes for Taiwan, a yes for Vietnam, and a yes for the Philippines. Australia, yeah. New Zealand, yeah. And that's mostly it. Oh, yeah, Singapore as well. So, yeah. Nice, there we go. There are main ones. Oh. Brackets. GCC, because you got to mention that. GCC. Yeah. America might use these as like stopping points to bomb China. Blah, blah, blah. Who else would they use as a military base? Let's think. Ooh. Yeah. Thailand. That's good. And I think we'll also say India. That's good. Most of them, I think, would say yes. Oh, yeah. Turkey. It's a big one. Kuwait. No, that they're in the GCC. Oh, Jordan. Just put Y. This country right here. They're going to say yeah. Just another Y. Because it's nice and easy. Cyprus is also going to get a Y. Because Cyprus. Greece. Yeah. And then I have a couple more over here, such as Ukraine. So like, yes. And Poland, yes. Finland, yes as well. And finally, Norway. I think would say yeah. Oh, and Canada. So that's all of them. Let's back to war, everybody. Now, over here, on the Russian front, Chinese troops start to... Let's turn on the fences again. Oh. Start to enter into this region of Russia. And they reach all the way to the defenses where they get stopped by a lot of Russian troops. But this is quite alarmingly fast considering they did this in 5 days. And then here we are. It's a stalemate again. Now, on the other hand, Russian troops continue to push over here. Chinese troops are like, well, there's nothing really here, so just leave. And they fall back all the way to this line, where they reach intense bombing, artillery fire, and huge defenses from China. Also, similar things happen on the eastern front, as this. They also fall to the other line of defense. And now, here we are, this is our direction of attack. Get rid of this arrow because it's not really needed anymore. Here we are, so we have another arrow that's going to be the Chinese forces that push up into Russia here. So now we can see, go back on to background, the Russians are facing a lot of internal problems here. Defenses, we'll keep this on. It's the main front line, and now the front line once again will change, and it will move from this line over here to over here, which is going to be okay, it's going to do that. It's going to be this green color. About 6 pixels, 7. What to do? Huge front line over here now. Front's moved over here, and same over here. The Russians are achieving what they would like, what they aimed to do in this region. And now we've got something like this. Oh, we did it on the wrong layer. Okay, that's fine. Let's have a big line over here. And same on the other side. And that's our front line. So, I hope you enjoyed... Oh, and over here. Hope you enjoyed this little scenario. We are going to be continuing this. This video will probably premiere tonight. And then we'll have a... This will be a series with Series 1 being this one. And then we'll continue this with different countries and stuff soon. So if you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned. Oh, and have a look at my other videos. There should be some things in this little corner over here of the let's go to China because it's easy. It's blue. In this little corner of your screen, that will say like with a little eye like that. Just click on it. It will show you some more stuff. Okay. All right. Thank you for watching. Bye.